friends. I have a question for you. What brings you joy? Jump up and shout, squeal with delight, throw your head back, and belly laugh joy. Usually, what we think of are the big ticket moments in our life. Those are the ones that bring us joy. Graduations, births, weddings, proposals, new homes, getting the job. And those are amazing life moments. The trouble with these big ticket joyful moments is that they don't happen every day. So where can we find joy when we're having those small moments? Joy is another fruit of the Spirit that God gives to us so that we might know that God is with us. So maybe the best way to find joy is to look for God. When we make space for God to show up in our lives, we're usually not disappointed. God shows up to bring joy, even if in small and subtle ways. I think that dogs can be a great teacher in how to find small joys in this big, beautiful world that God has given us. I watched the other day as one of our dogs made his way excitedly out to the middle of the yard. He sniffed the fresh green grass. He watched as a squirrel ran along the top of our neighbor's fence. His ears perked up as he caught the song of a bird chirping in the tree. And then he flipped on his back and rolled in the grass, kicking and wiggling himself until he looked like he was dancing. He did it for a good long while, and then, exhausted with joy, he rolled over, sighed, and closed his eyes as he basked in the sunshine. And you know what? He did it the next day, too. And a dozen other times that I have seen in the last weeks, since the weather has finally been nice enough to enjoy. And every time that silly little dog does this, I smile, because I can see God's gift of creation working together in a wonderful way. Because the best thing about joy is that it's extremely contagious. When we encounter someone else's joy, it catches on to us and lights up our life as well. In the current pandemic that we are facing, it can be particularly hard and particularly important to seek joy, to find places and spaces, people and promises that foster joy in our hearts and minds. In Psalm 94, verse 19, we are reminded just how that can happen. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought joy to my soul, the psalmist writes. God is always at work, filling the world with good and joyful things. That is true even in the darkest and hardest of times. We can claim this because of the cross. Through Christ, the cross went from a symbol of fear and death to a mark of hope and life. The cross reminds us that joy can be found in even the hardest and darkest of places. Today, I hope you find your sunny spot, and your time with God makes you dance with joy. Amen.